So from first year level, you have heard of a spring and a block system to say with him, Mao connector is spring to a block NMS M, and then assuming that this surface is frictionless, and then let me just make it to be big, something like this, Angie. So Mao attach is spring kanjena to a block of mass M, and then if block yakho it is just standing kanjena, it hasn't been moved, it is just at its initial position. Le position lena sibiza ngani nge-equilibrium. So last this is position 0 where x is equals to 0 meters. It means that your block has not moved yet. So le sibiza ngani nge-equilibrium position. So the idea behind the equilibrium position, it is to say your block hasn't moved, and then aiki forces apply, your block is just standing still. So what will happen if I pull the block lena and then I displace it to the right? So if it happens I pull this block and then I displace it even somewhere here. So let's just assume I've pulled the block of mass M and then to this direction, and then this is M. I have displaced this block by ubani, by Ux. So there's been a displacement Ux. So let displacement Ux is just a distance away from the equilibrium position. So whenever we're talking about a position, we are usually talking about the position away from the equilibrium position. The other term they can use is to say that equilibrium position is the origin, it's the same thing. It's just to suggest to you that's where we start. That's where we start. So here I've displaced it to that direction. If I release the block now, what do we expect to happen? We expect the block to move away, since it's a spring. We expect the block to move if we allow equilibrium position, it will foot here to the other direction and continue oscillating. So now that we know that, we know the force that causes this block to move. It will move in this direction. Block is because of the force that is applied by the spring. So basically, if force applied by the spring, as when the object move. Let's just assume your spring will reach here when you stretch. So basically, a spring will apply a force to the object, and the object will start moving in that direction. And then that force, it is actually given by negative kx. So we'll have to prove how do we end up to F is equals to negative kx. So proof number 1 is going to be the proof of Hooke's law. Proving Hooke's law. So let's start with the proof here, Hooke's law. So to prove Hooke's law, which states that the force is equals to negative kx, how do we prove it? We use a Taylor series from calculus. Although we haven't reached it yet, but it's fine, we'll just do it here. So we say if force here is actually dependent on a position. It means if force it changes as position changes. So if we go back to this diagram, when the object ilana, after stretching the object, when it is here, a spring is applying a bigger force. But when you release it, the more the object is on to equilibrium position, that force will do what? It will decrease. And here, exactly at the equilibrium position, the spring will be exerting 0 force. So if force continues to change as you change in the position. When you are at the maximum position, the spring applies more force. But if the object is on the equilibrium, the force decrease. So here we have got a maximum force, here we have got a minimum force. So the idea is here, our force is actually a function of position. It just means that if force changes with position. So we actually say we can find the force using the Taylor series, which says this is the series of F to the power of n of a over n factorial multiplied by x minus a to the power of n. Okay, don't be too much frightened by the mathematics. It's not that deep. So now you get a Taylor series here too. Why are we even using the Taylor series in the first place? First of all, if force it changes with a position. So we must have a term at we have got x minus a. A in this case it is representing the equilibrium position. So in this case, A way to it is the equilibrium position. So A is the equilibrium position. And then X it is the position at a certain time. So as the difference between a position okuyo from the equilibrium position. Since if force here2 depends on the change in displacement or change in position. And then now to expand the Taylor series, must we expand the Taylor series, we have to find the derivative. So first of all, to expand f of x way to, what do? We start at x is equals to 0. So at the equilibrium position, we're going to look at the force at the equilibrium position. That's why it's the force at 0 displacement. Remember, it's a equilibrium position, so ibiza ngobani ngo x is equals to 0. So here we first find the force at x is equals to 0 plus the next term. Now we use the Taylor series to expand. We find its derivative. Okay, we say x minus a. A is a equilibrium position again. So it is always equals to bani 0. So lana kuno a corner, you can just put bani 0 always. So this is actually going to give us x times its derivative, here force with respect to position. It's just to say that here our force is changing with positions. A rate of change of a force with respect to position. We won't go too deep into why this formula is kanjena, but the idea is here. What we are doing, we are just using the Taylor series. Lagu a we substitute bani 0, and then last tola its derivative, a force with respect to position. Over, actually it's over n factorial. So this is over 1 factorial, but 1 factorial won't make any difference. And then the next term of this Taylor series, actually this was x to the power of 1, because n is equals to 1. That's the first term. The second term, so fagubani n is equals to 2. So it means so a second derivative. If we put n is equals to 2 here, this will be x squared, because remember a no 0 times a second derivative of f with respect to position over 2 factorial. We do the same pattern. The third term uzobani x cubed. Obviously la ku n, remember you keep on increasing the number of terms. So it will be x cubed over 3 factorial and then times the third derivative of the force with respect to position. You can continue doing this until you reach wherever you want to stop, which is the nth derivative. So this will be x to the power of n times the nth derivative of f with respect to x over n factorial. So we expand any Taylor series. So the idea Taylor series, it just tells us what you can find in this case, you can find the force at any position. So in simpler terms, Lana, there is some theoretical explanation that explains yonke lento lena, but then the idea is here, whatever force that you're gonna find is going to be equal to the initial force plus the nth derivative. So the idea lana it's exactly the terms lawa. The more so eta kanjena, they are just going to give us the same thing. They are just going to give us a function f of x. It's just like you've got f of x is equals to e to the power of x. If you find the first derivative, it's going to be bani e to the power x. You find the second derivative, it continues being the same thing. So even if you add up all those derivatives, they will just give you the same what? The same function. So we are using the similar idea here to say if you add up wonke lama term until the nth derivative, you are still going to find the same function. So actually we can just use this one because this is the simplest one. Because lena in our higher powers would need simplification. So we can just use Ux derivative of f with respect to position. So lana we just say derivative of f as it doesn't matter, it can be second derivative, third derivative, is fine. It still gives us the same thing. And then now Tina city if force at the equilibrium position is equals to bani is equals to 0. Remember Citeni, if spring applies a force of 0 newtons when the object comes back lana go equilibrium position. So lana again, this will be 0. So this is fx is equals to x df dx. Now let's discuss one thing here about our force here and our displacement. Note one thing, Wuti, lana the object was here at the equilibrium position, side displacer to the right. Anish, we have displaced it to the right. But after displacing it to the right, this spring here is actually exerting a force to the left. Because we moved it to the right. So we move it right, but this spring is left. So do you see that the force and the displacement are what? Are opposite to one another. So here, the force, since these are all vectors, if force is a vector, this one is a vector, the displacement is also a vector. So we need to consider direction and we need to give signs. So if force and displacement are vectors and they are opposite to one another, should any be negative. So basically we're going to have fx is equals to negative x df dx. Which would mean local, which would see lana if force and the displacement they are going in opposite directions. So see bonire lana from the scenario to say uti Tina, we have displaced our object to the right, but the spring is exerting a force towards the left, so it's opposite. The forces are opposite. Yep. Alright, so the spring is applying a force to the right, but Tina see displace object, or yeah, see displace object to the right, but the spring applies a force to the left. So that's why it's no negative, because since these are vectors, one of them is to take a negative sign. So here fx is equals to negative x df dx. And then now we say the change of the force with respect to position, we give it a name as a constant k, which is known as any spring constant. So this is a spring constant. So the proportionality constant is Nayolana is the spring constant. And then Fx is equals to negative kx will be our equation for finding the force that depends on position. So here you have proved Hooke's law using a Taylor series. So lana Fx is equals to negative kx would describe a force. So now, masses kulmanga leo force we actually say it's known as a restoring force. So the force lena applied by the spring to the object is known as a what? As a restoring force. So the restoring force, why is it a restoring force in the first place? It's because it is always trying to pull the object towards any equilibrium position. So remember, we can restore. So it's more like we sell the object yako to like at the equilibrium position. After stretching this object, going back to this direction, this restoring force will pull back the object towards equilibrium position. So this will continue moving towards equilibrium. It's trying to restore the object towards the equilibrium position. So we say lo Fx calculator, which is the force applied by the spring. It is actually known as what? A restoring force. And it always acts opposite to any displacement. So when the object here has got a force that is opposite to the displacement, we say the object is in simple harmonic motion. So when you define simple harmonic motion, you say it is the motion in which the restoring force acts opposite to the what? To the displacement. So a simple harmonic motion, we define Anji. You have to mention what's in it. We have got a restoring force. We have got a restoring force. And this restoring force is opposite. is acting opposite to the displacement. So sesiyibonile ngisho using vectors to say ukuthi sesho ukuthini when you say that they are acting opposite. So basically, a simple harmonic motion is the motion whereby the restoring force is acting opposite to the displacement of the object. Shuthi wena, as you are displacing your object to the right, the spring will pull it to the left. And when the object has now displaced to the left, let's just say object yako, say lana manje. Assume that your object, it has been displaced to this direction, is now here. Even though now you can see now the object yako, it is to the left of the equilibrium position. But spring yako, it will do what? It will continue pulling it to the right. So it always acts opposite to the displacement. That's how we define a simple harmonic motion, and that's how we prove a Hooke's law using the Taylor series.